Fine. Manohar, we'll discuss these topics today, okay? So the topics that we are going to discuss are basic statistics. We'll discuss only about mean and median today, and remaining
Okay.
statistics we'll discuss in our statistics class.
Acha.
Next, we'll go through what data science is on high level overview, and in the same way we will discuss what AI is, ML is, and we will understand the data. Actually, what data is, what type of variables, what variables are. We'll discuss all this, and we'll close the session with building a simple model.
Okay.
Fine.
Mm.
So the first topic that we're going to discuss is mean. I hope you are aware of it, right? You know what mean is, right? It's basically the average value of all the observations. You have studied it
Yes.
in your schooling, high school standards. So
I
basically,
mean,
yeah,
schooling and college
yeah.
as
So
well.
for example, the mean for the given observations 1, 2, 3 is 2. How? Because what we do to find out mean, what we do is we add all those numbers. 1 plus 2 plus 3. We add those numbers. What is the sum? 6, right? And we
Yes.
divide that number with the number of observations in the list. So how many number of observations do we have? 3, right? So we divide the number, that is 6, by 3. And
Yes.
yeah, so we get the mean as 2. Hope you are
Yes.
able to recall what you have studied in the schooling.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Fine. So could you please tell
Just
me
back. Go
could
to
you
the back.
please,
Go to the back slide once. Just a second.
I will share you the slides. Don't worry.
It's okay. Wait a second. 2 minutes. Acha. Okay.
So please tell me the mean for this. So what we are doing here is we are adding all the numbers and we are dividing by length of the given numbers. So the numbers what we
Hello.
have, yeah. So the numbers what we have is,
Hello.
yeah,
వినిపిస్తున్నారా?
yeah.
వినిపించలే.
The numbers what we have here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the sum is 15, right? 1 plus 2 plus
Okay.
3 plus 4 plus 5. The sum is 15. We are dividing that
Yeah.
sum
5 3s are
by
15.
number of, by by number of observations.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the length is 5, right? So we divide the sum with the number of observations, that is 5. So our mean is 3. Similar to the median.
Yes. Median value in the observations.
Yeah. So for example, in the given observations, what is the middlemost value? 2, right?
Mhm.
So that you take it as mean. Sorry, median. Okay. You're taking the note.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Hello. Next.
So what is the median for this?
3.
Right. So I think you are fine with what mean and median is, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So now we will discuss about data types.
Okay.
So this is an integer data type. Here,
Mm.
you know, right? Do I need to explain?
Yeah.
Floating points.
Yes.
Object type. Object type. Do you know about object type data types? Any non-numerical
Strings.
value. Any non.
Strings.
Yeah. Strings also. things come under object data type. So any non-numerical
Yeah.
value. Okay.
Yes.
For example, the name data science,
Mm.
the machine learning, or your name, or my name, or whatever it is. Any string, any non-numerical value
Yes.
comes as you can consider it as an object type.
Yes.
So we will walk through data science. So basically, data science is a study of statistical analysis, machine learning, and domain expertise. So what do we mean by this? Right? Is a question that we have to answer. In data science, the study of statistical analysis, like we have seen before, right? Mean and median. We will study not only about mean and median, but we will study inferential and descriptive statistics as well. Going further, okay?
Okay.
Like for example, yesterday you have used linear regression. What was it?
Yes.
It's basically a linear relationship between two variables, right? Y
Yeah.
equals to mx plus c, right?
Yes.
So basically, we use statistics, we use machine learning, we use domain expertise. Domain expertise in the sense, for example, if I'm dealing with medical data, right?
Yeah.
I must have some knowledge on medical field, right? Or at least on the data that I'm dealing with, right? I need to get
Yeah.
familiar with the data that I'm dealing with. So that is called domain expertise. For example, if I'm dealing with any financial company, I need to have some domain expertise, domain knowledge on the financial terms, right? So that's
Okay.
what domain expertise means. So statistical analysis, machine learning, and domain expertise. We extract insights and knowledge from the data. Extract insights and knowledge in the sense, for example, if I ask you some question, yesterday we have dealt, right? What is the tip amount given bill, right?
What is the?
What is the tip amount given bill? For example, if you give,
Okay.
for example, if you input bill, what could be the tip?
గట్టిగా మాట్లాడు వినబడతలే అసలే నా ప్రాబ్లమా నా నెట్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ హలో
Yeah,
క్వశ్చన్ మళ్ళీ అడుగురా అనిపిస్తుందా హలో
వినిపిస్తుంది.
ఏంద్రా క్వశ్చన్ చెప్పు
క్వశ్చన్ ఏం లేదు, జస్ట్ డీలింగ్ విత్ ద డెఫినేషన్.
వినిపిస్తలేదు సరిగా
Data science is nothing but it's a study of statistics, machine learning, and domain expertise. That's it.
అచ్చా
If someone asks you what data science is, just explain these three terms: statistical analysis, machine learning.
ఓకే
So to deal with data science projects, we basically need to have data. So for that, we collect the data, clean the data. Okay.
Analyze and large volumes of structured and unstructured data.
We will talk about structured and unstructured data in the next slides.
Okay.
So is it clear what data science is?
Yes.
Study of
Yes.
statistics and machine learning. That's it. Simple terms.
Yes.
Yeah. So coming to artificial intelligence. So basically, artificial intelligence in the sense we create some models that mimic human behavior. Like we want to build some model. That model has to think like humans. It must act like humans. That's it.
Yes.
For example, if you take ChatGPT, right? If I give some prompt to it, it is able to understand what I am asking, right?
Yeah.
Right. And based on my prompt, it is able to return the answer. Basically, it's a question answering system, question answering model. So when I ask something, it gives me the answer, right?
Yes.
So so the thing is, so the point to be noted here is this model doesn't have any intelligence. No, let's assume that this model doesn't have any intelligence. Computers doesn't have any intelligence, right? Computers just understand numericals, numbers. That's it, right? Clear?
Yes.
But now what we want is we want some models. We want computers to think and perform actions.
Okay.
So yeah, ChatGPT is one of the examples. So if you ask some query, it understands what your prompt is and it tries to give the reply. So such model is an AI model. For example, this
Yeah.
self-driving car. If you see the Tesla self-driving car algorithm, what does it do? It basically captures all the images from all the cameras, and based on the decision, this model, this Tesla's deep learning model, it will predict which side to go, right? Or whether to take break, whether to stop, whether to slow, or whether to go fast, right? So
Yes, yes.
based on the inputs,
That what that what we are working on.
okay, clear. So machine learning, coming to machine learning, we build models. That's it. From the data. What type of data? Historical data. Machine learning is nothing but we build models that learn from the data. That's it. We have to provide the data to the algorithm. It will learn the data what we have provided, and it will try to predict the future.
Okay.
Clear? For example,
Yes.
Gmail spam transfer. Whenever you get a mail, that mail doesn't come to your inbox directly. That mail, for example, if I send you a mail, the mail from my mailbox goes to the machine learning model that was deployed at Google. And that machine learning model, it predicts whether the mail was a spam mail or not. If it was a spam mail, that mail will be put in your spam mailbox, spam folder. If it is not a spam mail, that is ham mail, that mail will be put in your inbox, primary inbox. It's one of the use
Okay.
case where yeah, it's one of the use case where machine learning is used. Clear?
Yeah.
Clear about ML?
Yes.
Yeah. So data. We'll talk about data. Data is nothing
Yeah.
but the facts. For example, working experience. You have some work experience, right? Maybe 2 years, around 2 years. That's a fact, right? If your salary,
Yes.
yeah, you can consider your salary also. For example, if your salary is
Okay.
say 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs, it is a fact, right? So data is nothing but facts. So basically, we have two types of data in the entire world. In the domain, we have two types of data, that is structured and unstructured data. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a structured data. Structured data in the sense it's just a tabular form of data. It has some structure, right? Rows and columns. Your SQL data as well, right? How does the data stored in a SQL databases? In rows and columns, right?
Yes.
So this type of data is called structured data.
Repeat it. Tabular data example. Repeat it. Repeat it.
Okay. What should I?
Structured data.
Structured data. Structured data is nothing but a tabular data. Basically, this data has some rows and columns information. Information is represented. Take down. Information is represented in the form of rows and columns.
Okay.
That's it. For example, if you see the age here, for example, this first person's age is 26 and he is unmarried. His CIBIL score is 760. His loan application was whether to approve or reject. So it has some structure, right? Rows, second row, third row, and age is one of the columns. Marital status is one of the columns. CIBIL score is one of the columns. Approval rate is one of the columns, right?
Yeah.
So it has some structure.
Mm.
So this is called structured type of data.
Okay.
Next, unstructured data. Unstructured data includes text, For example, text. Does text have any structure? No, right? is basically a combination of strings, right? Clear?
Yes.
Images also, videos also, audio files as
Just,
well.
just a second.
Mm.
ఈ పీపీటీ అంతా ఎప్పుడు ప్రిపేర్ చేసినావురా నువ్వు?
Taking the note.
Yes. Nice work.
Done.
Okay. Go to the next.
Shall I proceed? Okay. So now we will talk about data set, right? Clear? We know what data
Yes.
is, right? You know what data is.
Yeah.
Now we will talk about data set. Data set is nothing but it's a collection of records, structured or unstructured. That's it.
Okay.
It's a collection of records.
Yeah.
So this is one of the example of data set. We have records, we have columns. This is one of the example for building a model for loan application processing. This is
Yeah.
Clear? Shall I proceed?
Go to the next slide. That is
So rows and columns. So for example, if you see here 26, unmarried 760 and yes, these horizontal observations are called as rows, whereas vertical observations are called as columns. Okay.
yes.
In data science terminology, they are called rows and columns. But let's be some professional. We'll talk about some professional terminology as well. So these age, marital status, CBIL, approve or reject, these are called features or variables in data science. We call them features or variables.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are the features, right? So we'll now discuss what independent and dependent features are.
Yeah. In the last class.
Yeah. So dependent variables. Now we will talk about dependent variables. Dependent variable is something which we need to predict during machine learning model building. This is one of the feature, one and only feature sometimes that we need to predict. Clear? The feature which we need to predict is the dependent variable.
Okay.
So sometimes we call it as target variable. For example, if you see the data set what we have in this data set, this approve or reject column is the target variable because we need to predict this. The problem statement was build a machine learning model that will predict whether a loan application has to be accepted or rejected. Clear? So for that,
Yeah.
we have this data set. This data set, yeah. So in the problem statement, if you look at the problem statement, we need to predict whether a loan application has to be accepted or not, right? So for that, we have a column called approve or reject column in our data set.
Okay.
So that column, we call it dependent feature or dependent column.
Okay. So the thing is, age, marital status, and civil is independent, right?
Yeah. They are the independent variables. So independent variables are nothing but features that contribute to the target variable. So features that help us,
Yeah.
features that
Yes.
help us to predict the target variable.
Yes.
Done?
Yeah. Done.
So we will talk about continuous and discrete values. Okay. Continuous values are nothing but they are just the numerical values. For example, if you
Repeat it.
for example, if you take age,
Yeah.
age is continuous, right? Your age is
Yeah.
continuously increasing, right? So this kind of data is called continuous data.
Okay.
Here. So any numerical values that take on any range. So discrete type of data. So discrete type of data in the sense we can count it actually. For example, months. You can count months, right? January, February, March, April, May. You can count it, right?
Yeah.
And it is not numerical, right? It is not any number,
Okay.
right? So this type of data is called discrete data.
Okay. The days will be also no. There.
Days. Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday.
yeah. Even days.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so we have
Don't be hurry. Don't be hurry. Explain it.
so we have learned that what machine learning is, right? Machine learning is nothing but building some models that learn from data, right?
Okay.
So in machine learning, we have two types of problems. One is regression and another is classification.
Yes.
So we'll talk about each and everything. Regression is nothing but a problem that deals with continuous data in the target variable. Just now we have seen what continuous data is, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So so regression problems must have continuous data in the target variable. That's it. Is it fine? For example, if you take house prices, your house price is a continuous variable because your house price will definitely continuously increase or decrease, right? It is not a
Yes.
constant value, right?
Yes.
So this type of data, so this type of problems are called regression problems. For example, if you take car prices generally fluctuate, right? They either decrease or increase.
Yes.
So these type of problems are called regression problems. Must so to for example, if you have a problem statement, in order to identify whether a problem statement was a regression problem or a classification problem, you have to look at the target variable first.
Okay.
For example, if I am your client and if I ask you to build a model to predict house prices, the first point you have to look at it is predicting the house price in the sense you have to look at the prices variable in the data set that your client has provided. That's it. You have to look at the target variable. Target variable is the prices in the data set. So you have to look at the variable prices. You have to understand what type of data it is. So prices are nothing but a continuous data. Continuous data means it's a regression problem. That's it.
Yes. 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 So the thing is, the data will be the result of the data will be decreasing or increasing. It will be the regression data.
Any value, any value.
Oh,
So we will talk about classification. Classification problems, basically, for example, they are non-numerical data.
okay.
For example, if you take regression problem in the target variable, regression problems must have continuous values, right?
Yes.
But coming to classification problems, your target variable must have discrete data. We have seen what discrete data here, right?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, your target variable must have discrete data instead of continuous data for classification problems. So for some of the examples of classification problems are a loan application, it can be approved or cannot be approved. Binary classification.
Okay.
One of the example is loan application. And next one of the another important example is a person to predict whether a person has cancer or not. And one more thing is Gmail's spam mailbox. It's basically to classify whether a mail is a spam mail or not. Regarding second one, we have to classify whether a person has cancer or not. Clear?
Clear. Hello?
Yeah. One second. Yeah. So this is the last slide in our deck. So is it fine? Is it clear what we have studied?
Yes, it is clear, but we need the problem with explanation. It will be very much fine.
Yeah, that's what we'll discuss in the probably after 5 minutes. So
Okay.
so in order, so we have talked about building the model, machine learning model. So in order to build the machine learning model, we have some steps to follow. We have some workflow. So the question is, how do we build a model, right? So to build a model, the first and foremost thing is we need data. Clear?
Yeah.
Data for whatever the problem statement is. We need data to proceed with model building. The second thing is we have to split the dependent and independent variables. For example, if my data has experience and salary, and if I need to predict salary given experience, my dependent variable is salary, right? Independent variable is experience. Understood?
Yes.
Because I need to predict the salary, right? Salary means what?
Yeah.
I need to predict the salary. Salary is what type of variable? Dependent variable.
Dependent.
Yeah, clear. Nice. And what is the independent variable? Experience.
Like experience.
Experience. So given experience, what could be the salary for this person is a question.
Yeah.
So to do that, we have to split the data. The whole data set we have to split into dependent variables and independent variables. So the next thing is after splitting, we have to import the algorithm from sklearn library. We have a library that provides algorithms. We just need to import them and fit the data to it. That's it. You need not write any algorithm from scratch. All algorithms are already built.
Okay.
You just need to import them, use it for your data. You need to pass your data to the algorithm and it will
Okay.
output you a model. You can use that model to predict on new observation. New observation in the sense any new value. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So we will work